A huge iceberg breaks off and floats on the Canadian island of Newfoundland. A huge iceberg broke off and traveled thousands of kilometers before reaching an island in Canada, shocking residents. Everything was recorded by the audience camera. In the shocking shot, one can see how the rising ice shelf on one side of the island is larger than the houses that inhabit it, regardless of depth. Newfoundland has population of 5,08,270 people. Summers are short and winters are long, cold and cloudy most of the year. The loss of ice sea in the Arctic and parts of Antarctica is accelerating. Although the size of the iceberg is unknown, such a phenomenon has never been observed before, especially with an iceberg of this size. This iceberg may be more than 12,000 years old. The movement was captured in videos that quickly reached social networks, where a giant floating iceberg is observed very close to the coast as it continues to sail closer and closer. In the video captured on July 31, you can see how the huge piece of ice from the Arctic is very close to some houses in the midst of the cold climate of that area of the planet. According to the experts, the iceberg would have detached from a huge block of ice due to the change in temperatures caused by climate change. However, on the island of Newfoundland, it is common to observe this type of phenomenon, although not such a large one. The sighting of icebergs in this area of Canada is a tourist activity that attracts many travelers, where the stretch of water that goes from the coast of Labrador to the northeastern corner of the island of Newfoundland is known as the Alley of the Icebergs. It is worth mentioning that these huge frozen blocks can be up to 12,000 years old, with a color range that goes from crystal white to a deep greenish blue, each one unique in shape and size, although they can be as small as boat or as large as building. These changes can occur naturally due to changes in solar activity or large volcanic eruptions. However, since the 19th century, human activities have been the main driver of the climate change, mostly due to burning of fossil fuels such as coal, oil and gas. Burning fossil fuels produces greenhouse gas emissions that act like a blanket around the earth, trapping heat from the sun and rising temperatures. The main greenhouse gas emissions that cause climate change are carbon dioxide and methane. They are created, for example, by using gasoline to power cars or coal to heat buildings. Clearing land and forests can also release carbon dioxide. Agriculture and activities related to oil and gas are the main sources of methane emissions. According to the United Nations, the main sources of emissions are energy industry, transport, buildings, agriculture and land use. Thanks.